Hello and welcome to another episode of the 21st Century Work Life podcast, where we talk about how the world of work and our attitudes to work are changing. My name is Pilar Orti, and you can find out about everything I do over at virtualnotdistant.com. Just to let you know, listeners, this is a slightly different episode. I met our guest, Andreea Gătin, today some time ago when I did a talk for an event that she was organizing, and she messaged me recently to let me know of a really interesting event that she's organizing for digital nomads and remote workers in March 2025. So I thought, well, rather than finding out by email or a quick chat with her about what it is she's doing, let me bring her onto the show. So here we are, a slightly shorter episode for today, but I hope you enjoy it. Would you like to introduce yourself to our listeners?
Hello, everyone who is listening. I'm Andreea. I'm actually born and located in Romania from Eastern Europe. In English, my name sounds like this. It's Andrea. In Romania, it's Andreea. So it's more close to the Italian version. I've been working remotely for more than 3 years, and I'm an events and community manager and very passionate about creating, designing, and implementing human-centered experiences and events.
Nice. So that's what you're going to be talking to us about.
Yeah, exactly.
This design of this digital nomad experience in Romania. So it makes complete sense. Now, you're in Romania right now?
I'm in the western part of the country. I'm staying at some friends in Cluj-Napoca, which is, I think you've heard more about Cluj-Napoca than Bucharest, because it's very popular for two big festivals, Untold and Electric Castle, but also for its business and technology focused lifestyle, here in Cluj-Napoca. A lot of tech companies have their headquarters here, and
And do these tech companies, I don't know if you know more about it, is it tech companies that hire globally? Are they mainly based in Romania and employing Romanian people?
Both. There are like Romanian companies, but also like companies that have their subsidiaries here, and they have both remote and hybrid models.
And you were mentioning before what it's doing to the city as well. The city is changing.
Yeah, I don't know. The rents are quite high at this moment, but mostly because of the fact that a lot of people came here to work in the tech sector. And sometimes the rent goes a bit higher when these festivals happen in the summer.
Yes, oh, definitely. Yes.
But other than that, it's a very beautiful city full of history. The architecture is really nice. And you kind of can see the influence of the western part of Europe because it's in the western part of Romania.
Good. I've never been. But you are, of course, curating this experience, the digital nomad experience in Romania. Where shall we start? Let's start with what it is then, and so listeners can hear that first. Yeah.
First, it's more of an experience, not necessarily a conference or an event. It's an experience. It's a blend of immersing into the local culture and dreamy scenery, working and living in community, exploring culinary richness while following your own rhythm for a week.
Okay.
So it's an experience for a week. It's located in a mini village. So the owner actually brought some houses from the northern part of the country, like 4 houses, 100 old houses, and restored them. And it also has a barn. So it's like a mini village.
Okay.
The location, it's a mini village. Because we want to create an intimate experience where we foster connection between the participants, the event has only 11 spots. I'm in contact with a lot of communities of digital nomads and remote workers because I've been working remotely for more than 3 years, and I've been organizing events and workshops and webinars for these specific communities. So people told me that they want to come to Romania, and Romania does offer a digital nomad visa, but we don't have many programs or conferences to attract digital nomads or remote workers. Mm-hmm. So through this experience, I also want to connect locations like Albastrian Origin. This is the name of the location where the experience is going to happen, to communities of digital nomads and remote workers, and show that Romania can accommodate and offer more than bed and breakfast. Another reason is that I want to create communities around these types of gatherings. So more like gatherings focus more on communities.
Nice. So I have lots of questions about it, of course. Some are around Romania as a whole and the profile and, yes, what the digital nomad welcoming thing and all of that. But I think also more of a feel. So 11 people, so is it about doing lots of different types of things together? So it's an experience. It's not like a co-working week, is it? Or is it?
It's a combination between co-living, co-working, and I'd say, for the lack of a better word, retreat, but it's not actually a retreat. Besides, like, them being able to actually work there, because the internet, they have high-speed internet in the barn, but also in the houses. They have whiteboard, projector, and everything you need in your work. Access to sauna, outdoor yoga, sport practice, heated glamping tent for workshops or movement practices. We're going to have a local craft workshop. We'll host a pottery workshop under the guidance of an authentic artisan from Horezu, which is it's an old and very popular village known for its ceramic works. Guided tour to see local gems, either waterfall or the village museum. And we're gonna have also a treasure hunt. And of course, besides that, I'm encouraging the participants to co-create the experience with me. So through the registration form, I'm asking them if they want to share their knowledge for a workshop or a community experience or something like that.
That's great, because with a small number like that, you can do that. You've got enough time. This is in 23rd to 30th of March, 2025, and we are recording the end of October. So that's really nice. It gives you that time, because I suppose that, and you'll know more about this, I imagine people will be looking for different things and different kinds of connections in this week. What kind of things do people look for in these experiences?
Connection. Over the last years, it's not about networking. Even in conferences and bigger events, people want to connect. And this is what I want to facilitate. Connecting through co-living together, eating together, because we're going to have the kitchen specifically for our group. We will also be able to cook something. I've thought about it as a very intimate experience. Also, a connection with nature, because the location is in nature, surrounded by mountains, and also a connection with your inner self, because you're in nature, and connection with some Romanian tradition, because the cook can also cook traditional food, and of course it's gonna take in consideration like dietary preferences, like vegetarian or vegan, and of course the actual accommodation, because you're gonna stay in a 100-year house was restored, so you're gonna feel a bit of, I don't know, of history there. Yeah. But you do it, even though it's a very old house, it's restored. I want to emphasize, because the conditions are very good. Like, you have bathroom and everything, and internet. It's just the architecture and what you'll find inside that you will connect with a bit of Romanian traditions.
Is the idea then, I mean, the reason why it's for digital nomads, is it that you want to introduce them to Romania as a location?
Yes. The thing is, tourism has changed since remote work and digital nomadism, where people are more inclined to immerse in the local culture, create communities, and Romania needs to adapt to this reality. We have a lot of beautiful places, locations, people passionate about offering experiences for foreigners, and this category of communities like digital nomads, remote workers, have the capacity to boost its potential as a country. This is what I'm seeing.
Yes. And yes, that makes a lot of sense. And we're seeing that in different parts of the world. And it's almost like wanting to get ahead so that the visitor experience is more rich for everyone, I suppose, because you're saying you're bringing the pottery artist in as well. So what is the profile of digital nomadism in Romania? Is it accepted yet? Is it known as something that people do?
It's known. I think there is a group on Facebook, Digital Nomads in Romania. At some point, I wanted to attend one of their meetups in Bucharest, which is the capital city of Romania. I didn't have time for that. It's still at the beginning. It's like still a fertile space, and I want to, I don't want to say take advantage, but I want to explore.
Yeah. Well, you want to be part of it at the beginning, which is the
Yes,
best
of course.
time to be in the movement.
Yeah. Because, as I said, like there are a lot of popular places like Portugal, we all know, Spain, Croatia, and yeah, I think Romania has a great potential in this area. That this is one of the reasons I'm doing this, but I'm doing like such a small scale. I don't want it to be something big. I'm just doing this work on my tiny garden with what I can do.
No, that's great. And how about at a government level? Is this something that is being supported in any way?
In this specific experience, no.
No, officially or unofficially in general. Yeah.
Well, I haven't heard. That's why I thought about, because I've seen a lot of examples in Portugal, Croatia, who have programs, events, conferences. The other reason I decided to do this on a smaller scale, because I don't want it to be like a big thing. I just want to connect people to know, oh, okay, Romania is doing this. And maybe other locations will find out about this. Hey, Andrea, you are connected to this community. Let's do something together. So this is how I'm thinking. It's all about connection anyway. Area. At a government level, I'm not aware of any programs like that. We do have a digital nomad visa. I think it was launched in 2021. Qualified remote workers can stay in Romania for up to 12 months with an option to extend. For those who stay under 183 days in a year, there are also some tax benefits, as they are generally not considered tax residents. Government level, this is what I know. Yeah,
so that's what is starting. And how about remote work in Romania? Romanian, so people who are based in Romania, maybe working either from home or for other companies?
In general, tech companies have this remote work policy or hybrid, where hybrid means 1 day per week in the office. But yeah, we do have some. I mean, it's not that spread as it is in other countries, but we do have a lot of companies still offering remote work and other hybrid options.
Basically, you're co-creating the experience as people register to see what it is they want. So it could turn out to be like a very work-focused experience, or it could turn out to be a completely holistic, non-work detached experience, and anywhere in between.
Yeah, that's why I thought about all the facilities, because I do want people to choose, be part of the community that is creating throughout the week, but also have their own rhythm. That's the idea, because I think this is the normal way of things in general in life.
Yes.
Be part of a community and also,
do your thing. I think you're completely right. I really like that.
Exactly.
That you've designed the experience like a life.
Like a life, exactly, yeah. And my personal connection to digital nomads and remote workers, as I said, is that I've been working remotely for more than 3 years. I've met a lot of digital nomads because at first, as it is in your case, I made a list with all the digital nomads or people in the remote workspace, and I wanted to invite them first and then make it public. And this is how we ended up doing this eventually, which is so cool.
Yes.
I also want to share at some point how I turned out to collaborate with this location, because I always have stories like that.
Yes.
I was scrolling through Instagram, and sometimes I like to look at locations in Romania or throughout the world. I like to save locations. Maybe I will visit it someday, something like this. So I was scrolling through Instagram and I, bumped into this location, this mini village. And I thought, oh, this would be such a nice place for an event. And then went ahead and wrote to them on Instagram. the owner replied and said that this is so on point, as they wanted to create experiences for digital nomads, but they didn't have access to communities. And I said, oh, I do.
I've got a bit.
Yeah, let's do this. So, and I also met the owner, Anna, of the place in person in Bucharest. We drank some coffee and we brainstormed a bit on the experience. She's a lovely person, and what they did there is a lovely place. They have like fully booked almost every weekend. They do team buildings, retreats. Yeah, it's perfect for this kind of experience. And she kind of is kind of aligned with me, because she thought about it as an experience, not just a bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
It's like a fated connection, I'd say.
Yes, that's so nice. That's so nice that the space is designed for that as well. It's
exactly, it's already designed for that, and I said this is the perfect place to host something like this. Yeah.
Good. Is there anything else that we need to tell our listeners apart from check out the form where they can ask you questions and all of that? Because you've got everything, a lot of information on this Google form, which I thought was a great way of sharing the information, by the way, in a Google form rather than a PDF or a contact or a page on a website.
Yeah, I will also, I'm working on a landing page. So we will also have a landing page, because I want to have more images of the place so people can see exactly where they come. But organizing it in a Google form was a good thing.
Yeah. I think it's great. Excellent. So let's see. So we've got, it is from the 23rd to the 30th of March 2025. And tell us the location again.
I will say it in Romanian. Yeah. It's Albastru and Origin, which in English translation is blue and origins.
Oh, very nice. And where should people, if they have any questions?
They can get in touch with me on LinkedIn, Andreea Gătin, or they can reach out to me at Andreea with 2 E's, andreea.gatin.ag@gmail.com.
Great. Good. That's the email. We'll leave that there, but we'll put the link in the show notes.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. They will also find my email if they open the Google Forms. They'll also find my email there.
Okay. Yeah. That's easy. Yeah. Excellent. Very good. Well, Andreea, it's been fantastic to catch up with you briefly, with our listeners here as well. So I am the worst person to travel. I have to say, I just don't travel. But I think if I were to travel for a week for something that was different and that felt like it had, I don't know, a bit more depth than just going away to see a place, I think I'd definitely book on this. So I hope, and and maybe some of our listeners are interested. So listeners, do check it out.
Come to Romania.
Thanks, Andreea, very much.
Thank you so much.
A big thank you for listening to the 21st Century Work Life podcast. We know there are many other shows for you to choose from. Remember to subscribe to the show on your favorite podcast app, and you can check out the full show notes over at virtualnotdistant.com/podcasts. Talking of podcasts, we have another show you can listen to, Management Cafe, which you should also be able to find on all podcast apps. I have been Pilar Orti. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, enjoy.